So I've been working on this Pavlov map for a little over a month, almost 2 months. I started it in January. It is almost done. Pretty much all the modeling is done except for some things that I noticed. I did a test in Pavlov and I ran around this whole thing. And there's some objects like these railings, and specifically these railings here, where they seem to be not scaled right, and some of these props are also kind of scaled weird, so I need to do some fixing. There's also some more things like the lights on these objects aren't baking properly, and the lights on this aren't baking properly. And I think the reason why it's not baking properly because the light maps are. I think the mesh is too big for the light map or something like that. I have this light map thing set to 4K. Seems to not be doing the trick, so I think the workaround for both of those objects is to just bring it into, or go back into Blender, separate the meshes a little bit so that there are more pieces, and try to bring it back in and bake again. I think that might do it. I also want to do sound design on here, so I want like an ambiance background noise, like wind blowing or something. I need to fix some of the materials. I would love for there to be arcade noises when you're in here. And then there's some other things I need to learn about in regards to collisions in Pavlov and sound effects. But other than that, I'm like super close, so I wanted to show it off. I'm going to jump into Pavlov, and then I can like walk around and actually show you what it looks like in game. All right, so I'm in Pavlov. This is the image I'm using for the map. No bots. The thing is, with the image and name on the workshop, I can't get it to update on there, and I don't know. Maybe I have to do it manually. But I had other maps that updated. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But here we are. I'm in the map. And here, when you're actually in here, it feels. I think I already mentioned this, but it feels so much smaller, which I really like because the map felt big. The one thing I did notice when being in here is with this layout, it seems to be more open than I thought it was going to be. And when I was initially like designing the layout of this space and what it would look like, I didn't think the flatness would be too big of an issue, but because it's flat and I don't have enough stuff up, maybe it's like being here. It's like I could shoot people over there. I could shoot people over there. I could shoot people over there. I could shoot people over there, and like you see the whole thing, which I don't really like. That I'm not gonna fix it because that would require changing the entire layout. I'm kind of just gonna move forward with it, get it done, and move on. And the next one will be better. Honestly, didn't think it would be too. I mean, maybe if this map was like much bigger and there was like another area, it would be good. But there's not. Going through theme parks on Google Map, which I actually hate theme parks, and now Google thinks I love them. But going through theme parks on Google Maps and like walking around in the street view, theme parks are very flat. So initially, this whole thing was flat until a friend told me to don't do that, and I added like this area and then that like patio downstairs area or whatever you call it. Ultimately, I think it turned out really good for the most part. Like it looks so good. Like you said, there's a lot of issues I need to fix. Like this railing feels short. Well, we've got some inverted faces there. These like bases just feel so small. Yeah, those bases to the railings feel so small. So I need to fix that. For the most part, everything looks good. On this tree, there's like this fuzziness going on, and with the black cat version of Pavlov, I have that on the walls. I have no idea how to fix that. I'm sure it's in the materials. I'm sure there's a way to fix it. Maybe it's the normals? I don't know. Other thing I need to fix is these are really small. They're like way smaller than what they should be. And I scaled them up a little bit, but I thought they were like scaled properly when I imported them. So actually, I didn't mention this. Everything in here I modeled except for the trash props, which I bought that from an asset on Sketchfab. And then the other thing I didn't model in here are all the arcade machines, which I also purchased that from Sketchfab. And then you can fix. I want to put. I don't like how the lights on here aren't baking either. I feel like I'm gonna have to manually put lights all around to get the effect I want. I want to put sound effects in here so when you walk in it sounds like an arcade. I'm gonna just Google generic arcade sounds. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm just running around looking at this now. There's a lot I need to do, but it's really close. I think it looks really good. Layout could be better, but I'll do better next time. I think that's it. Bye.